Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and the final video on the Ford Ranger. So in part one, we purchased this vehicle and it had a huge hole going through one side of the engine and out of the other. In the second video, we got that engine in there, got it fitted and got it running like a Swiss watch. We need to get this one wrapped up. Chris has bought all the bits in for it and he is going to crack on and get the rest of it fitted back up. There is a lot to do. We've got it in the back. We stripped all the wiper motor, the scuttle panel. We removed everything on this one just through previous experience doing the previous one we done. We left a lot of it on and it caused a lot more harder work for us. So let's crack straight on with it, get this one wrapped up and hopefully crunch them numbers. Pretty exciting when you get to this point. That's your scuttle panel back on. You've got that wiring loom that runs right through from the passenger side all the way over to the driver's side, which plugs into the wiper motor. Once that's on, you've got your top scuttle panel that goes over the top, and then your front panel there, landing panel, engine cover, wiper arms, all of this stuff you took off, and then you've got to build it all back up after. But it is getting exciting and we're nearly there with it. I was actually not far away. I was sitting there on my little stall while Chris was doing all that work, but I was actually editing a video. So I cracked on and got that done. Chris has got no nuts and bolts left whatsoever. He's only got 4 nuts left for the bonnet. And we got one little clip missing out of there, which I think actually broke when we took it out. Yeah, the top of it broke out. So we need to get one of them. Apart from that, it is all back together. And I bet it's really quiet once that, now that's... Yeah, hopefully it does start. The battery's still a little bit weak. That sounds beautiful now. I know we've put no mics on, but that sounds really quiet.
Sweet,
Chris.
Sweet as a nut, mate.
You got TPMS light on, that's it,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I've got to blow the tyres up, haven't I? So we do that.
I'll help you get the bonnet on. I have noticed as well that all the tyres look like they're flat, like all of them. So we'll go around and do all those pressures on that as well, and just go through. Actually, yeah, it sounds lovely. I think we'll just leave it running while we're putting the bonnet on because the battery is that low.
That's right, that's right.
Let's carry on, we're getting there with it. So a bit of air in the tyres. All 4 tyres were flat. I'm not sure how long this truck was sat. I did say to them, I'm sure the guy said a couple of months to me, but it actually turns out I think the battery's even toast on this, so maybe it has sat around for a little bit longer. I'll have a look how many miles it's done since the MOT. That's on with the bonnet and it is starting to look complete now. So I did check this one out before I even left to look at it. Of course, saves you the journey, doesn't it? And you can, I'm not going to not buy it if it's been involved in an accident. We'll buy anything, but of course you want to negotiate the price further. So odometer all clear, financial and legal all clear, and damaged all clear on this one as well. So not a great deal to see, but going down to timeline, just to save me asking all the questions, you got 11 records found. So you go to the manufacturer's date, 9/16, so that's a 66, a late 16, and then 09/19, it's actually got a failed technical inspection, and it tells you the reason why. That one was just the tyre, and then you've got some advisories there, which was a now and another tyre, and the other tyre's warned close to the legal limit. So this one looks all good. Just as an example, I want to show you the BMW X1 that we've actually currently got, and you can clearly see there that it's highlighted. So if you've got a problem, or when you run one of these checks, it will be highlighted there in yellow. You will see it, and you can click straight on damaged, and it says this vehicle was damaged. The vehicle was marked as an insurance write-off, and then scrolling a little bit further down, it tells you the category and the actual written off date, so the 12th 2023. I want to thank Car Vertical for the continued support on the channel. To benefit from a nice little discount off your check, use the code up on screen from any browser, or click the link in the description where it will automatically apply your discount. Maiden voyage.
Moment of truth.
Go for it, mate.
Sounds well though, doesn't it?
It sounds beautiful. Sounds very, very quiet now it's got all the covers on it.
Yeah, and that warning's gone out for the tyre pressure.
Oh, TPMS?
Yeah, I've done the tyres, so we're good.
You like the old 3.2 Rangers anyway, didn't
Yeah,
you?
pull like a train, don't they?
Yeah.
It was my tow motor for a while, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One of these.
May pick up Chris's mic as he gets near us. That sounds absolutely sweet as a nut, that does. But then it's going to with that low mileage. What I did just notice though, when Chris drove off there, the only brake light that's working is the centre brake light. It's got no rear brake lights, that truck. So I guess we better go through all of those.
Yeah, all feels good, that, mate. Obviously, you need to take it for a road test, but
Yeah.
I guess you may as well road test it and get the gas done on the air conditioning while you're out.
Yeah.
All in one trip, yeah? And
Yeah.
get it. And if it's all gas is up all right and drives all right, take it and have a valet.
Definitely. I'll tell you what you could do, actually.
Yep.
I know we've got a little bit to do anyway. Everyone in part 1 and part 2 kept saying, Rob, I want to see inside that engine.
Yeah.
And we know as well, that head has got a great value if it's not damaged.
If the piston hasn't damaged the valves or the top
Yeah.
of the head. Yeah. Yeah, I can,
Go on,
I've
so-
got a few tools to put away in that and tidy up.
Yeah,
in.
I'm not saying if
But
you get time.
Yeah, while you're
definitely.
out, I'll crack on and
Start
because we want to
stripping
get it out of the workshop anyway, don't we?
Yeah, we have got another job to do on this. Put your window down, I just want to check something. Right, centre brake light. Take your foot off the brake. Back on. Yeah, you got no brake lights.
Really?
It's got a centre brake light, but none of the back lights work at all.
Oh, well, we better do that.
Chuck a
before
couple
you
of,
go out.
yeah, chuck a couple of bulbs in
Yeah,
it. Someone
yeah.
end up running into the back of me. Yeah, I'm well happy with this. Well chuffed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, nice turnaround.
Yeah,
isn't it?
let's do that.
Yeah.
If anyone ever has got to do this, got T25 there, T25 there, and just two little runners that slide into these, and you just pull it out. And these are your stop and tail bulbs. I'll get that swapped out, and hopefully they work. So straight onto that engine, and Chris is cracking on with getting that stripped out. It is not going back together, so we haven't got to worry too much, i.e. meaning we're not putting it all back together and building it back up as an engine. So that's the timing cover removed, timing chain removed, just really everything's got to come out. Injectors, all of the injector rail, all of the glow plugs, literally everything on that engine's got to come out to uncover the bolts for the cylinder head.
So quite straightforward, removing that front cover there and the sprockets and the chain, and then I've took off the fuel rail injectors, etc., as you will have seen. And so far so good regarding damage, because there's no visible signs of damage on these rockers or the cams on number 4. Obviously we're looking for damage there where the piston may have come into contact with those valves, which hopefully it hasn't, because the conrod has exited with part of the skirt of the piston through there. So you'd like to think that the piston, although it is up in the bore quite a bit, you can't see in there, but the piston, what remains of it, is up there. It doesn't look so far like it's smashed those valves, but a bit more to strip off, and then we'll know for sure.
So Dan's sitting here having a bit of a chat with Chris while I'm still out, and Chris is still continuing on removing lots and lots of nuts and bolts. He's got that cam gear in the top there to remove all of the rockers, everything, like I say in the previous bit, has got to be removed from this. It looks like he's pretty much ready, and he's not going to break the seal there. He's going to wait till I get back so that we can lift it off live and we can all see it together. But of course, at this point, we have got our fingers crossed that this head is going to be absolutely fine. Well, I appreciate those of you that watch the channel for quite a while have already seen this, but for those of you that haven't seen it before, we have brought it over to A2 Tyres to recharge the air conditioning gas, because obviously we put a new condenser in it and it had no gas in it. So here you've got two lines, one's a high side, one's a low side, and they just go onto the valves there. You can see onto the valves, and then you've got these two lines goes down to this machine. Now this machine actually does all of the work. It does everything. You do not need to do a thing apart from set it up. And you can see it goes through all these different sequences here. It's currently at the moment on a vac. You can see it's got 15 seconds to go. And then it will hold that vac, and as long as it does hold the vac and there's not an issue, that means there's no leak. It will inject the oil and then obviously inject the refrigerant in there, and fingers crossed the aircon works. So that's the plan anyway. Yes, that's it now, it's just going on. Vacuum hold test, 4 minutes, and basically here's your gauges. You can stand here and watch them, but this machine, like I say, does it all. So we'll let it do its thing, and fingers crossed that condenser solved the issue and we're good to go. On the way here I did notice that steering wheel was quite left hand down, and this was pulling to the left slightly. So for the sake of it, I mean, we're here, aren't we? They got the best equipment here, Hunter alignment. I've stayed in the car because I'm freezing, and that lad's down there and he's going to track it all up. And the final part. This is always the final part. You know, we've come to the, not only to the end of a video, but also to the end of a series. When you see me here filming at Key Street Car Wash, and the guys always do a cracking job for us. And you can see just the spray of water cleaned this truck up, and it started to look lovely. I think I actually got off lightly there. Honestly, I do, because we've been rolling around in crap for 3 days.
Yes.
I've gone out all nice and clean.
Yeah.
Gone to the barber's, had a shave while they was gassing up the car.
Yeah.
And you've been here
That's
getting
all right.
covered in grime
I'll be honest,
again.
I'd rather tinker with this and go.
To the barber's.
Well, I was going to say have the car gassed. But yeah.
All looks good up the top there. You ain't nothing's like the piston and come up, hit a valve and...
You've not seen a cutting I've done. I've done a cut-in before I stripped this and said that all the rockers looked okay.
Oh, right, okay, sorry, mate.
Impact, so... But I didn't want to lift it off until you was here filming, because, you know...
Once you break the seal, you break the seal.
Yeah, that's it. But I think we're there, but I think the gasket might hold.
Oh, okay.
So you may have to, on the... You know, that it catches up on the dowel sometimes.
Yeah, mate. Actually, it's coming off the... That's it.
That's it. Right, let's get it over there, shall we? Moment of truth.
I couldn't wait, but there's no damage on the top of the piston. Just a quick glance there.
Oh, she's lovely.
That's lovely.
She's lovely.
Right, that is leaking oil.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I mean,
That's lovely.
I know
We've
we're
had
not
a result there, mate.
I know we're not doing the numbers just yet, but these are between £800 and £1,500 just for that.
I know.
We'll sell the whole lot
Well,
as a kit.
we'll put all this back together, and
Yeah.
we'll probably have a grand note out of that.
Definitely. Dave won't like you giving out his saying. You just give out his saying there, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It's
I want that out, don't you?
yes. See, I don't know whether this will work. No, I'm gonna have to roll it over, and I'll tap it out from the bottom.
Can you not just stick something up there and give it a whack?
Well, it'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it? Look, roll it over. Just.
Got caught in that gasket, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just going to find a rag to chuck down there. Typical. You said that'd get caught, didn't you?
Yeah, I always do, mate, don't I? There you go.
Oh.
I'm going to roll that back, Rob. Ooh.
Let's have a little look in there first. Look at the state of that crank.
Yeah. Yes.
Mate, what has given up there? What has given up?
Well, we've got all the bits in the tray there. The small end is in the tray, but that's where it's broke. Look.
Yeah.
Who knows, mate? But we've been lucky there, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
We've been very lucky.
That was like an inch from the top.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, obviously the com rod has gone out the side, hasn't it? So the piston can no longer go up, can it? So even if the piston was right at the top, when the camshafts rotated, because the com rod was no longer in it,
no force.
the valve opening would have just popped that down a little bit.
Yeah.
It would have had very limited resistance. So, yeah, very lucky there.
Yeah, very. And it's nice because we've got that head now, and like you say, the diesel pump's got a value. Yeah, I've just looked in that bore. There's not actually any physical damage in the bore either.
No, because the conrod's
gone through the side.
Yeah, gone. I mean, it has taken the bottom off there, look, of the bore.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Bit there.
And that's what we looked at in the first video, and you went, oh, this looks weird. And it was a bit of that skirt, wasn't it?
No, it was actually the skirt of the piston.
Oh, was it?
I had, yeah. Which I was not expecting for that to have come through the side. Well, you wouldn't expect it, would you?
Right, let's, just before we crunch the numbers, let's stay rolling. Come with me and have a look at this. I've just got back and Chris was outside talking to Dan, and I've been and grabbed him. Look at that.
Yeah, that looks well, doesn't it?
Doesn't it look tidy, Chris?
Drive nice.
Drives beautiful. Especially now, I've actually had the tracking done. It was left hand down.
Was it?
It was pulling a bit. Don't get me wrong, it's got a few marks around it, this truck. It's got a little scuff on the bumper there.
Yep. We'll sell that as it is, though.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We ain't doing no paintwork on it. And then,
a little bit there.
You got a little bit there, but look how nice that is.
Well, we'll work out the numbers, shall we?
Even inside.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have this as a work truck anyway, aren't they? But I think it's lovely, and it's, although we've huffed and puffed doing that.
Not easy work.
It's not easy work. It's no way is it easy work. And
lying on your back under there, and
I mean, you had a couple of hours under there. I had a couple of hours under there when we was putting it back in, and I said, I'm going to stay here till it's done.
Well, I stayed under there because it started raining. So
as soon as you get out, you're like, it's horrible, isn't it? And then 3.2s are a lot heavier than a 2.2, aren't they?
I would say, though, there's nothing really easy on them, is there?
No. Everything's tight.
Start motor, DPF, bell housing, everything is...
What Chris is saying is if you get offered a full Ranger and it's blown up, don't buy it, sell it to us.
Well, we would do them, but you would... We sometimes say, don't we, cool, we wouldn't mind one of them every week, or one of them every month. We probably wouldn't, would we?
No.
We probably wouldn't want to give it a while.
Yeah, they are hard work.
Yeah.
Right, let's get inside and crunch those numbers.
All right, mate.
Everyone's favourite bit. Who's doing it, me or you?
I can read mine all right, I think, better than you probably.
Go on, mate. Go on, mate.
So, right, it's quite short and sweet, this one.
Good stuff.
So we've got purchase price, £2,400.
Cheap.
Yeah.
Exactly what he asked me for.
Yep.
I did say, how much is it? And he said he'd run the auction.
Yep.
And they said they would expect it to make £2,600 after fees. That's what he'd end up with. That's what he wanted for it. That's what I paid him for it.
We're well happy with that.
Yeah, well happy.
Transport, £150. Replacement engine. Not cheap, are they?
No.
£2,750.
It's actually more than what we paid for the truck.
Yeah. Although, as we have mentioned, we got a good cylinder head and a few other bits, haven't we?
Yeah.
So there's going to be a little bit of a Brucey bonus.
Little bit back.
Clutch pack, £330. Spigot bearing from the main dealer, £11.22. Oil and filter, £80 and a bit of shrapnel. Air conditioning regas, £60. Valet, £30, a little bit dearer than normal, but it's a 4x4.
Yeah.
And those brake light bulbs you went and got lastminute.com, £6.
Yeah.
And that gives us a total of £5,817.22.
What a cheap truck.
We haven't even discussed what we're going to ask for it.
No, but I've got a price in mind,
Have you?
I think, yeah. First of all, the comments on that one been absolutely amazing. The first video done cracking numbers. I've been inundated as usual with people saying, I want it, how much is it, how much is it, when can I buy it, when's it going on Instagram? But I've had a flick through, that is, obviously it's not recorded, that is a straight car, it's had one previous owner. It is what it is, it's got a couple of little marks and war wounds around it. The cheapest one I can find on there, I really should have run this by you first.
Yeah, we've not even discussed it, have we?
I think we'll be on the same page, roughly. Is the cheapest one on there is 12 grand.
Right.
I think we should ask 10 for ours.
Right. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, it's fine by me, mate.
And it's done slightly less miles than the one that's 12. I know a lot of people say, you're too cheap, why don't you ask retail money for it? But I'm going to reiterate again, we want them in, out and gone and a profit. That is it. That's what we want to do. Turn them around and trade them straight out the door, leaving enough in it for the next man. Have you got anything to add?
Well, that's going to give us a pre-tax profit of £4,182.78.
Not bad for another week's work, is it?
It's good, isn't it?
It is very, very good. Yeah. And if we can buy one of them, preferably not a Ranger, they are quite hard.
Not easy work.
No, it's not. We'd buy them though, wouldn't we?
Oh, you got. You know,
we would
the
buy
name
them.
of the game, isn't it? That's,
yeah.
You know,
a lot of people said, "Oh, I've done a couple of them. I've took the cab off. Maybe we'll try a cab off next time." We ain't done one like that, have we? But
I think I'd stick to that. I mean, it was doable. Yeah,
we know it.
It was doable,
and it was doable. Yeah. So that is going to be the end of today's video. If you did enjoy it, hit that thumbs up. We really do appreciate it. And don't forget, you can follow us on all the other socials down in the description down below. And of course, all the links are down below as well. Like, subscribe and share. And we'll see you very, very soon in the next one. What do you call a blind deer?
Don't know.
Think of a better answer than I don't know. How else could you answer that?
I don't know.
No idea.
That's terrible, Rob. That's terrible, Joe.
That's out of a Christmas cracker, that one, I ain't gonna lie.